Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning, everyone. So let's go down to Shri Mataji and have a Kundalini and Bandhan. So today's meditations will be more on Sahasrara, above the Sahasrara, because after Navratri, the goddess killed all the Rakshasas and she is now taking rest. And she is taking rest, and when we feel the Sahasrara on her presence, because she is taking rest on the Kailasha near to Shiva. So today we will meditate in silently more on the Sahasrara, above the Sahasrara, with Shiva and the Adi Shakti. So let's enjoy the joy of the goddess on Sahasrara. So put our both the hand on the Mother Earth, Shri Ganesha mantra 4 times. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Shri Ganesha and Kartikeya, please bring us to your Mother Adi Shakti and our Mother Adi Shakti. So we also want to go into Kailasha in Himalaya to take the blessing from Adi Shakti. So please remove all the hurdles to going into Kailasha, into Himalaya, and to pray the Mother Adi Shakti. Because after Navratri, our all chakras absolutely clean, clear, and completely open with the blessing of Shri Mataji. We'll put our both hand on the lap and slowly move our attention from Muladhara to heart. Just say thank you, the Universe Mother, Jagdamba, to kill all the asuras in these Navratris. And please establish this Jagdamba Tattva, the principle of Jagdamba in my heart. And please replace my fear with the faith of this Universe Mother, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Please pour each and every cell with this faith of my Divine Mother. So when the Ganesha and Kartikeya with us, the blessing of the Jagdamba, the Durga Mata, then directly move our attention on Sahasrara. Shri Mataji, you are the deity of Sahasrara. You are the Kalki. You are the Sahasrara Swamini. You are the Moksha Pradayini. Complete attention on Sahasrara. Shri Mataji, please feel the faith, each and every petal of my Sahasrara chakra. Whenever I meditate, my faith is enlightened by opening the Sahasrara. Please feel that tremendous faith on my Sahasrara. Just meditate on Sahasrara. Just ask this from depth of heart, Mother. Each and every petals open on my Sahasrara. It pours the faith on me. Is increasing the faith on me and your power, Mother. Please establish the faith inside with the opening my Sahasrara. The complete faith. Just see which side of Sahasrara is more open. Just try to feel the rotation of Kundalini on Sahasrara. Shri Mataji, please cover my Sahasrara with your lotus feet. Now we will move our attention above the Sahasrara. Where is this place? The Adi Shakti is in complete form. Shri Mataji, we are recognize you that you are the Adi Shakti, and we have a complete faith that Adi Shakti is protecting us. Shri Mataji, when I am saying you are Adi Shakti, my each and every cell of the body filling with this recognition. Because the complete faith established to recognize you, Mother. That you are the Adi Shakti, the supreme power of the universe. When we have a faith on Sahasrara, when we have recognition in Adi Shakti form, then we will go to the higher stage of the Sahasrara, little bit higher on Sahasrara, where is our spirit is meet to the Shiva, Atma to Paramatma, where is we can see the Shri Mataji and Shiva is sit together. Shri Mataji, please establish this stage on me that I can witness all the things like you and Shiva witness throughout the world. Please pour the witnessing power on me. Because without witnessing, I cannot recognize you. Without witnessing, I cannot see your faith, your play, your divine play. So please establish faith and recognition. For that, I need a witness power. And Mother, this is my pure desire that I want this witness power to see the play, to see the play. And I need a blessing from you and Shiva, Mother. Hey Shiva, you are here in the Sadashiva form, the complete form of the witness. Shri Mataji, my power, my Shaktis connect with this supreme power on the Adi Shakti on this form, on this point. So please feel the witnessing power each and my every cell. So just we can see the play. That Sahasrara we got our realization. The next stage, our spirit connect to the divine spirit, means our Shiva connect to the Sadashiva. And we got the blessing of the thoughtlessness awareness. And when we are connecting completely by our faith, by our recognition to this Shiva and Adi Shakti, then the witness stage start from this third chakra on the Sahasrara. We will now go to the last stage of the Sahasrara's chakra. Where is the power coming? It's Amrut. So it's Amrut Dayini. So we put our attention on this 30 to 35 on the Sahasrara. Where is the power? It's called Parashakti. She established all the gods. She is the Param, it's a vibration, the absolute power of this universe. Shri Mataji, please give me this nectar of divine. You are the Amrut Dayini. So please establish this nectar. Pour it on my Sahasrara. Please give me the taste of this nectar so I can come again and again on this stage to meet you as Amrut Dayini Mother. After Navratri, you are very happy Mother. All the negativities is disappearing from this world. You are so happy. So please give us this nectar of divine, the Amrut. I can feel your love, protection. By absolute faith and recognition to you. So which is the above stage of the doubtlessness awareness. There is no doubt, there is no thought, only the Amrut is flowing on us. And we can feel the blessing of this Divine Mother. Just meditate on this point. And here we will hear Shri Mataji's some names.
अथ श्री ललिता सहस्रनामावलिः ॐ श्री श्रीमात्रे नमो नमः ॐ श्री श्रीमहाराज्ञै नमो नमः ॐ श्री श्रीमत्सिंहासनेश्वर्यै नमो नमः ॐ श्री चिदग्निकुण्डसम्भूतायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री देवकार्यसमुद्यतायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री उद्यद्भानुसहस्राभायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री चतुर्बाहुसमन्वितायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री रागस्वरूपपाषाढ्यायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री क्रोधाकाराङ्कुशोज्ज्वलायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री मनोरूपेक्षुकोदण्डायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री पञ्चतन्मात्रसायकायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री निजारुणप्रभापूरमज्जद्ब्रह्माण्डमण्डलायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री चम्पकाशोकपुन्नागसौगन्धिकलसत्कचायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री कुरुविन्दमणिश्रेणीकनत्कोटीरमण्डितायै नमो नमः ॐ श्री
This is the 1000 name that after Navratri we praise our goddess Shri Mataji by saying that name, by listening that name. Now we will hear the talk of Shri Mataji.
Today we have gathered here to do the Navratri Puja. There were 9 times when the major incarnations of the Mother of this universe were manifested. They are manifested with a purpose. That purpose is to protect her bhaktas, her disciples, her children. This was a binding love. She could not escape it. Mother's love is binding. She cannot escape it. And she has to manifest it, work it out, and give that protection to all her children. This protection in the modern times has taken another form. In those days, the evil was trying to harm, to destroy the people who were righteous, who were bhaktas, who were doing good things, who wanted to lead a very religious life. So to save them, she incarnated. To protect them, she incarnated. But they knew what was good. They knew what was wrong. And they wanted to preserve their good life, their precious life. They didn't care for money, they didn't care for power, but just they wanted their life. Means they wanted to be alive, to worship the goddess. And when they were troubled or harmed or destroyed by these evil forces, she had to manifest. But in modern times, it's become very complicated, as the modern times are complicated. First of all, in the mind, in the lifestyle, in the society of good human beings, righteous human beings, fear of the wrong has entered. Like they are afraid, say, of their priests, of their churches, of their temples, of their mosques, which are all false. They are not afraid of God. They don't believe in God. They think they have created God and they can manage God. So who is God? The way they behave, you can see clearly that they do not recognize the existence of God. God Almighty, who is a wrathful God. They are not at all worried as to what will happen to them. They don't even believe in the second life. They don't believe in the resurrection. They are very short-sighted, evil people doing all kinds of evil things. So, somehow or other, as soon as you are born into some sort of a brand. You are this, you are that, you are that, you are that. As soon as you are born. So the first plan comes onto this modern man is of a religion to which he belongs. He can't avoid it. He has to be jolly well belonging to some religion. You won't even in the passport, nowadays they have stopped it. Otherwise they used to ask, what is your religion? And in India, if you said you have no religion, they would not give you a passport. Because you are not yet qualified evil person. Or you are not qualified evil people. So that very simple, gullible, good people, very righteous, believers of God, developed this kind of a fear which was put into their heads by these false people. That if you don't do like this, if you don't pay money to us, then God will be wrath. If you do not come to the confession, then God will be angry. If you do not tolerate our nonsense, God will be angry. All these things started going into the brains of the people very easily. In some religions, they believe there is no sin in drinking. In some religions, they believe there is no sin in marrying many women. In some religions, they believe that you can have caste system. All is anti-God, absolutely anti-God activity perpetuated into the society by these priests who are supposed to be in charge of the religion. So the first horrible conditioning we have when we start Sahaja is this. So to start something afresh, they find it very difficult. So the first protection mother had to render is from this condition. The second one is that of the country. Either you belong to this country, to that country, or to that country. And this as every country is competing with each other in all kinds of corruption, mafia, all kinds of things. Every country. Suddenly you discover. You have faith in one country, you find, oh no, they were supporting certain person secretly. So whether they are democratic or anything, there is a kind of a mafia working everywhere under some. So the so-called laws also are only for people who are simple, gullible, pure citizens, and not for the people who put those laws on them. They take bribes, they take all kinds of things, but still they are supposed to be in charge of law, doing all kinds of illegal things. Because they have made the law, so they know how to be illegal. So this is the second type of fear that is in the minds of the modern times. Then the third thing was the war. Wars after wars came in. So many people developed a kind of a fear about war. And as a reaction, they developed a kind of a stupid ego. Just they said to protect themselves. In protection themselves, they have built up a big ego and they are now becoming very, we should say, aggressive people. So this kind of a wider range, I should say, of fear, it can be directed into any direction, it can be directed towards anyone. Then some is the fear of this. Russia. Now I'm told that neo-Nazism is taking its own course and it's coming up like a little snake. This is another area which is very dangerous now, working on. Now in the minds of seekers, and they are seeking They have been to many gurus, they have read all kinds of books, but they are seeking. They're seeking at drink any kind of water, develop all kinds of diseases. What can you do? You are seeking after all, you're thirsty. It has to be excused. And that's how they develop lots of problems, not only in their body, but also in their brain. And now it's a very delicate thing. If you tell somebody that you have been to such and such guru, he doesn't want to hear. But for him, now the guru has become the last one. You cannot say anything against his guru. Now, when he starts suffering, then he may accept. But to take it out that guru is also very delicate. Because if you want to take out that guru, then he might be hurt. It's a very delicate operation. Then the modern society, the less and the better. The norms of modern society are given to us by people who were characterless, like Freud, who had no sense of morality, or by drunkards, though they don't have any statues of drunkards. But most of them, if you see the abandonment of our value system, comes through drinking. And the drinking was there, but not to this extent. Everybody was not a drunkard. Everybody can be a drunkard. And there's no shame about it. With that drinking, our value system started dropping down, and people have accepted now the normal thing is abandonment. This is another way. Formerly, the parents used to support a person if he would take to God, if he would take to righteous life, or to something higher. And if they saw these qualities in their child, they used to be happy. But these days, the other way around, the parents don't like it. As if the parents have lost everything in themselves, so they want to hold on to their children, grandchildren, and possess. And brainless creatures, because their brain has been already washed off. There's nothing in their brain. To fight the parents also is a big problem. So this kind of a fear is also there, that my mother should not know, my father should not know this. You can say from all sides. The fear is burning like flames. And we are now here in Kali Yuga. We have started Sahaja. So the way we have to work out our protection has to be mutual. Mother, of course, is there to protect you all the time. Her powers are there to protect you. But surprisingly, in the modern times, there is one condition which has to be fulfilled. Because in those days, good were good and evil were evil. There was no mixing up. So once they asked for goddess, they accepted her, she came in her real form and she worked it out. But in modern times, you must know that all these evil things are also lingering in your head little bit here and there. People are extremely superficial. They are very much prone to the mass, attitude, fashions, things like that. Sort of their personality is not that developed as that of those bhaktas who knew they were right, who knew they were right, who knew whatever they were doing was correct and were standing on their legs, firm. So, the modern Sahaja is very different from the Sahaja of olden times. Because in the olden times, it was not easy to get realization. 1 in a billion or in a trillion. And they had to work very hard. So as they worked hard, very hard, they got cleansed and built up themselves and toiled. Like any art piece which takes time, is done with care, is definitely 1,000 times better than these modern artists just putting 2-3 lines like this. So now today's human being is like a modern artist. You put one line and you say, you must be this in that person. You must have an identity. I mean, what identity you can have? With one line, you say, find out the identity. So the Sahajogis which are today here have to realize that all these things are surrounding us. And these evil forces are also there. There are some within us, some are without. So it looks to be a very difficult task, but it's not. Because one condition, if you can understand, is that you have to recognize. I know I'm Mahamaya, I'm really very clever at it. But I'm truthful. I do not have crocodile tears. I cannot have. I'm truthful. But still, I'm Mahamaya. So to recognize me, what should we do? If we recognize, then you are protected. And the cleansing is the simplest thing in Sahaja Yoga is to be collective. If you are not collective, then know that something is wrong with you. If you are collective, then as if you are taking your bath in the river Ganges. You don't have to go to Himalayas, you don't have to do individual sadhana much, you don't have to just be collective. If you are collective, if you are enjoying the collective, then you should know that you are clean. No blemishes there. That's absolutely all. Now the second part of this Mahamaya business, I had to be very close to you. I had to be extremely close. Talk to you, to have a report, to tell you everything about yoga, to make you absolutely aware of yourself. This had to be done, and with all these complications within your mind, within your heart, within your body, I had to work it out. To come close in the real form, that is very dangerous. So one had to be a Mahamaya. But despite that, if you could recognize me, to understand me, that I am a divine personality, it's an incarnation. That's all the deities want. Then they look after you in everything. They'll give you all the powers, they'll give you all the satisfaction, all the protection that you want. This is the condition which for a rational mind is very difficult to understand. That how can Adishakti be in one body? How can the infinite can become finite? But human beings cannot do that. Only human beings. God can do it. He is God after all. And if so, you have so many miracles, you have so many photographs, so many things to see, but this is what one has to recognize. Oh, I see people, when I talk to them, they start talking to me a little frivolously. Not with that depth, not with that feeling that I am Mahamaya. Then some of them even answer me. Some of them, if I tell them something, they are ready to even ask explanation. Of course, this freedom I have given you deliberately. But must understand that you have to talk to me in a way that is, you would talk to Adishakti. Very important. Then, how you behave is very important. It should not be artificial. It should not be superficial. But best is to put your hand on your heart, both the hands, and just try to feel. Your mother is Adishakti. She has created all this universe. She has created all this world. And she is for your protection. Even Sri Krishna could not protect Pandavas. They had to go in the forest, they had to suffer. But not Sahaja. As soon as I come to know about your problems, my attention can work. Sri Rama himself had to go to jungle. All this is given to you, this protection, because you are seekers of truth. And the truth is that I am the Adishakti in God. Once this truth becomes one with yourself, there is nothing to fear, because all the deities know this fact. They know about this incarnation very well. They are all prepared for it, and they'll do anything to substantiate your belief. In every way they are trying to give you my photographs in the sky, this, that, also something, God knows what they are going to do today. They are so anxious. They are behind the stage, before the stage, all sides of the stage, listening to me, feeling happy that I am telling you the truth. But the way they recognize and the way they act, they never disobey. If you behave in the same manner, you are completely protected from all these problems I have told you. Now I won't say you shouldn't hate anyone, you shouldn't do nothing of the kind. I will say you should not steal something. I will say that you make money, don't make money out of such a nothing. I don't even say don't drink, don't smoke, I never said. But automatically, once you know whom you are facing, in whose protection you are, automatically you will do that. Automatically. You will have no fear. Once you have recognized, you will have no fear from anyone. And the more you show that recognition, the more you realize it, you get higher and higher, not only spiritually, but every way, mentally, socially, economically, politically. It's very remarkable that not only that you recognize me as a mother who loves you very much, but a mother who is powerful to protect you. Very powerful. If you realize that, and if you feel that within your heart, supposing I correct you sometimes, instead of feeling sad, you should see that how fortunate I am that Adishakti herself is correcting me. She is taking interest in me. How fortunate I am to be born at this time, to be with her in a great work. What have I done? This recognition itself will fulfill all the incarnations of Navratri. So today we are worshipping the Durga, Kali, all these great goddesses, these powers, even Radha. It was Radha who killed Kamsa, not Sri Krishna. He had to ask Radha to come and kill him. It's the power that kills. So, if you realize that your mother is Yadi Shakti, I know of so many people. There's one gentleman who is working in London airport. Somebody tried to trouble him. He said, you should be careful. My mother is very powerful, you don't know. Next day that man lost his job, lost his business, lost this. And he came to him and said, now it is your mother's PhD here. There was a farmer in near Gauri. And in the night, three men came to steal some sugar. And next day they came and they said, which goddess do you worship? He said, what? There were three hefty people watching guarding your feet. And we came just to, we thought better take some of this sugar cane after all. It looks so nice. And they beat us. Of course we never got hurt. So just behind this recognition is all the powers. There are so many stories I can tell you. How things have happened, how it has worked. But if you are doubting, still half faith is that, then things won't be over. You shouldn't worry about your reputation. Just go with full speed into any direction, knowing one thing, that you are my child and that I am Adishakti. Everything that looks horrible will become better. We have seen it now in France case and all that. What has happened? Don't worry about anything. Just know that I am the Adishakti. That all the powers of gods and goddesses and all that are within me. And they are within me and they are all looking after. But if that recognition is not there, they are not going to recognize the others. So for today's Navratri, I have to tell you that just try to keep in mind that today you are worshipping Yadi Shakti and not only Durga. And you are worshipping Durga and all these goddesses to thank them. Because if they had not saved you that time, you would have been so frightened, you would have become bad people and you would not have been here. That is why we are thankful to them for saving us and giving us this protection at that time when we were very helpless.
So with complete recognition of Shri Mataji, we will say 3 times Om Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Om Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Om That recognition will bow down to Shri Mataji and take collective bandhan. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for everything. So, thank you everyone for joining. Have a nice morning ahead. Jai Shri Mataji.